Y'all, sit down for this one because the tea is divine, literally. Just when you thought you knew all the iconic Marian apparitions, Fatima Lords, Medjugorje's baby, whole hidden vision has been quietly shaking the Catholic world from behind the scenes. And now, the church is low-key probing what may be one of the most jaw-dropping heavenly encounters nobody was supposed to know about. We're talking messages from the Virgin Mary, apocalyptic visions, political arrests, and one humble man who refused to stay quiet no matter how hard the authorities tried to erase him. Buckle up, fam, 'cause what went down in a little forest near Terzovka makes even the wildest Netflix docuseries look tame. So what's the story behind this hush-hush miracle? Let's rewind. It all starts in 1958, deep in the misty forests of Czechoslovakia. What's now Slovakia? Communist rule had gripped the nation with an iron fist. Y'all, we're talking churches silenced, priests watched, public prayer literally criminalized. Faith wasn't just unpopular, it was dangerous. And in the middle of this storm, a poor, quiet lumberjack named Matush Lashat. No fame, no following. Just a man working in the woods trying to survive. But that's exactly when something from beyond this world decided to show up. Now grab your rosaries and your popcorn, because the first twist is straight out of a spiritual thriller. Matush was just doing his job one Sunday, low-key stressed about missing Mass, but following orders. When he stopped near a familiar pine tree with an image of Our Lady, he knelt. He prayed, and bam! A flash of blinding light explodes to his left. And y'all, when he turned around, what he saw was her. The Virgin Mary, clothed in white. A real living woman, not a statue, just standing there glowing with the purest light he'd ever seen. The forest shifted around her. The trees melted into a sea of white roses. The air thickened with something otherworldly. She wasn't just there. She was the moment. Now, here's where it gets cryptic. Jay didn't say a word. She just pointed to a broken fence. And near it, a hammer and nails. Matuja understood instantly this wasn't just about wood. It was spiritual, symbolic. He picked up the tools and started repairing the broken planks. When he looked up, y'all, she was smiling. That sweet, approving kind of smile that just wrecks your soul. Then she held out her rosary. But plot twist, Matush didn't know how to pray it. And just when you think this is some sweet devotional moment, boom, another twist. Behind the tree, a glowing map of the world appeared. No names, just continents. Below it, a blackboard. Yes, like a supernatural chalkboard from heaven. And baby, the messages started to appear like someone was writing from the clouds. Green equals goodness, yellow equals evil. And then the yellow started spreading, y'all. We're talking real-time visions of moral decay, war, floods, cities destroyed. The map literally showed the fall of humanity. Words glowed like lightning bolts. Repent. Pray for priests and religious. Pray the rosary. And then it got dark. Like real dark. The board warned if humans do not improve, they will perish. Y'all, this wasn't just a prophecy. It was a heavenly intervention. And just when the fear set in, another twist. Mary showed him what the world could be. A golden earth, flowers blooming, trees swaying in peace, joy as light. Mary stood above all nations, not to rule, but to protect. Her rosary stretched across the world like a heavenly shield. And the message? Simple. When you've accomplished everything, you will live this. Then came him, yes, Jesus, appearing inside a triangle of golden light. Y'all, he wasn't playing. He pointed to his flaming heart, and 3 rays burst out. 2 went past Matush, but 1 hit him directly in the chest. He blacked out, like literally fell to the ground, knocked out cold for 3 hours. And when he woke up, the forest looked normal. But everything had changed. Now get this. He finds a rosary lying in front of him, not store-bought. Not man-made, but glowing, like it came straight from heaven's jewelry box. And somehow, y'all, Even though he didn't know how to pray the rosary before, for the words just came, like they were tattooed on his soul. He prayed for 3 straight hours alone, crying, shaking, changed. But baby, doesn't stop there. Remember that fence? 3 broken planks? They weren't just wood. They were him. It's 1 plank for his lack of prayer, 1 for neglecting the sacraments, 1 for his pride, the sharp tongue, the coldness toward others. And let me tell you, Matush took that message to heart. That very night, he started knocking on doors, not to brag, not to preach, to apologize. To the people he hurt, the ones he dismissed, the neighbors he iced out with sarcasm, he humbled himself face to face. Some people laughed, some slammed the door, that some cried. And y'all, the next morning, he confessed everything, with tears, with truth. And when he took the Eucharist, his body was healed, chronic cough gone, pain gone, breath restored. His neighbors saw the glow. Literally, they were like, "Who is this man?" Word spread fast, like wildfire in dry brush. And guess what happened next? On September 8th, the Feast of the Nativity of Mary, the first pilgrimage happened. People flocked to the site. But hold up, here comes the drama. Mitush warned them. He said, and I quote, "In a few days, they will arrest me." And y'all, that very night, black cars, government agents, communist authorities trying to drag him away. But the villagers said, "No, ma'am." They surrounded his house, silent, shoulder to shoulder. And for 1 sacred moment, they protected him. But the regime wasn't done. Oh no. The next morning, they served him papers, accused of inciting rebellion. Translation: you've got too many people praying. Let that sink in. So they dragged him into a psychiatric institution, locked him away, declared him insane. And for 10 months, they tortured him, humiliated him, tried to break him. But guess what, y'all? He never cracked. And the church, silent at first, watching, waiting until now. That's right, insider whispers say. The Vatican is finally opening a quiet probe into what they're now calling the Terzovka apparitions. Clergy close to the investigation say the reason it stayed hidden for so long wasn't just politics. It was fear. Fear that this story, if proven real, would rock the faithful and reignite a movement that governments and bishops alike couldn't control. And now, decades later, the truth is clawing its way out of the dark. But here's the real twist, y'all. Social media has caught wind, and it's wild. Twitter's blowing up with hashtags, like hashtag TURZOVKA truth and hashtag Mary appeared here. TikTokers are doing walkthroughs of the forest trail like it's the new Fatima. Instagram posts are showing cryptic rosary photos, glowing pine trees. And even quotes from Matush's private letters, and let me tell you, the girls that pray, the girls that know spiritual warfare is real, they're tuning in heavy. But hold up, one anonymous insider, and I'm talking someone deep in Rome, just leaked a line from the internal report. And y'all, it's chilling. They said this apparition has the hallmarks of authenticity. But the political damage of confirming it could be enormous. Excuse me? Damage for who? 'Cause last I checked, truth doesn't ask permission. And if the Virgin really did appear to a forgotten lumberjack in communist Slovakia and gave him visions of the world's collapse and its healing, then baby, we deserve to know. So here's the million-dollar question. Was the silence of the church a strategy or a mistake? And more importantly, is this the final warning before something bigger unfolds? Because, y'all, you already know how Mary moves. She shows up to the humble, the unnoticed, the outcast, and she drops messages that shake the world. So if Terzovka is real, it means heaven has been calling. And too many people weren't listening, but we're listening now. And if you've made it to the end of this video, then you, my friend, are now part of the unfolding mystery. So here's what I need y'all to do. Drop a comment if you believe the church should make this apparition public. If you've got a rosary near you, pick it up and say just one Hail Mary for truth. Share this story because too many people have never even heard of Macho Schlashet. And if you're ready for more secrets the church tried to keep hidden, tap that follow, hit the bell, and stay tuned. 'Cause y'all, The truth is rising, and Mary, she's still watching. Always. First of all, let's talk about how Instagram has been going wild with cryptic Marian imagery. Spiritual influencers and Catholic bloggers are posting reels with captions like, "The Queen appeared where no one was looking," and "Pray before the storm hits." TikTok, of course, is doing its thing. Edits of the Terzovka forest. Trails with voiceovers of dramatic prayers paired with eerie soundtracks. One clip with over 2 million views shows someone walking the exact spot where Matoush claimed Mary appeared. And the comments. Baby, people are going off. Y'all, I swear I felt something when I watched this. Goosebumps. This isn't just a story. It's a warning. The church doesn't want us to know. That means we need to know. You can't tell me this isn't giving true crime meets divine intervention? The Vatican's quiet panic. Here's where things get juicy. Anonymous? Sources are hinting that the Vatican is running a discreet investigation into Terzovka, but they're keeping it super low-key. Allegedly, a handful of theologians and historians have been quietly sent to Slovakia to dig into the archives, interview locals, and test the credibility of Matoush's claims. Why so hush-hush? Because, apparently,